Okay, so let's jump right into this really fascinating term sunyam, or nothingness. It's a word that holds completely different meanings. I mean, completely depending on who you ask. For some people, it's pure superstition. For others, it's a deep philosophical truth. But before we go any further, just pause for a second. What's the very first thing that pops into your head when you hear the word nothingness? Is it, just an empty room, a scary thought, or maybe something else entirely? It's pretty wild how this one word creates such a sharp divide. For a whole lot of people, sunyam is just a conventional belief, an evil spell someone might cast you harm. But then you talk to someone who's more intellectually inclined, and for them, it's a philosophical concept, the total absence of everything, a simple void. But what if both of those definitions are kind of missing the point? What if the very knowledge we collect, all the facts we're so proud of knowing, are actually the biggest barriers to understanding what nothingness truly is? To really get our heads around this, the source material gives us this brilliant little riddle. Just picture a busy bus stand. You've got two people trying to get to the exact same place. One of them can read all the signs perfectly. The other one can't read at all. Now, who do you think gets there first? So check this out. This is where the paradox gets really interesting. The so-called literate man has one piece of knowledge. Bus number 62 is my bus. So what does he do? He stands there, rigidly waiting for only that bus. He completely ignores the 62B, the 65C, and the 142 that drive by, all of which would have taken him exactly where he needed to go. Meanwhile, the illiterate man is fully aware of what he doesn't know, so he just asks people. He engages with the world, gets on the first bus that someone tells him is right, and guess what? He arrives first. And that's the real insight here. Our knowledge can literally become a cage. When we cling so tightly to what we think we know, to a specific fact and ideology, we can become totally blind to what's actually happening. Our own certainty prevents us from seeing all the other ways, all the other possibilities. This whole trap of knowing things, it also bleeds right into the world of spirituality. A key argument from the material is that what we often see as spiritual enlightenment, well, it's actually just a really good performance. So here's a pretty provocative claim for you. A lot of gurus and saints aren't actually experiencing the profound truths they preach about. No. Instead, they've just gotten really, really good at acting the part. They're selling a product, a carefully crafted image of what enlightenment is supposed to look like, to an audience that's just desperate to believe it's real. And this satirical guide just illustrates that cynicism perfectly. How easy is it to fake it? The material brings up a joke from Osho that it's basically this simple. Find a tree, sit under it without moving, and just wait. Pretty soon, people will start projecting their own ideas of holiness onto you. They'll bring you food, they'll worship you, and a whole legend will be built around your silence. There's also this great story about Mullah Nasruddin at the movies. He's watching with his wife, and she sees this perfectly happy, loving couple on screen. She turns to him and complains, "Why can't we be like that?" And the mullah, he just wisely replies, "Because they're acting. It's easy to look perfect when you're just following a script." The argument is that so much of public spirituality is just that, a very, very convincing performance. Okay, so if nothingness isn't some dark, evil spell, and you can't grasp it with a mind that's already full of rigid facts, and you can't fake it through performance, then what in the world is it? This is where we get to the real heart of it all. Here it is. This is the core idea. Sunyam isn't the absence of things. It's the presence of the potential for everything. It's the empty space, the foundational void, that was there before anything else came to be. Think of it like the womb of creation itself. It's not empty in a negative way. It's a space that's pregnant with all possibility. And, this isn't just some abstract philosophy. It connects directly to our understanding of cosmology. I mean, think about it. Before the Big Bang, before there were galaxies or stars or planets, what was there? Space, just an empty expanse. The Big Bang didn't happen somewhere. It happened within this pre-existing nothingness. The formation of planets, the explosions of stars, it all took place inside this foundational void. So, the crucial point here is to completely flip our perspective. Nothingness isn't what's left over when you take everything away. No, nothingness is what was there in the very beginning. It was the silent, still stage that allowed the entire drama of the universe to unfold. It is the canvas upon which everything we know was painted. And this brings us to the final challenge. And honestly, it's probably the most important one. We've talked about what nothingness isn't and what it is. But there's a huge, huge difference between knowing a definition and truly understanding something. This right here is the ultimate takeaway. Listening to me right now, reading a book, collecting cool facts, that's all information. And it's useful, for sure, but it doesn't fundamentally change you. The real goal, the deeper goal, is transformation. It's not about knowing about nothingness, it's about becoming it. It's about a fundamental shift in the very quality of your being, a state where the ego just falls away. So how do you make that leap from information to transformation? The source material is very clear. There's only one way. It's not through learning more facts, it's not through following more rituals, it's through direct personal experience. And this leads us to the final, really beautiful paradox of it all. You can't go out and search for nothingness, like it's a set of lost keys. The very act of searching implies there's a you who is searching and an it that needs to be found. That's a duality. Nothingness is beyond that. The goal isn't to find it, but to let the you that's doing all the searching just dissolve. So we'll leave you with this one question that really gets to the heart of it all. In your own life, and not just with a big topic like this, but with everything, what's your default mode? Are you just collecting information to fill your mind, kind of like that guy waiting for bus number 62? Or are you seeking the kind of direct experience that leads to real, genuine transformation?